Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Kirsten Milius. I am a Senior Program Analyst here at EDA in Washington, D.C. I'm very excited to have you join us so that we can walk you through our new Grants Online system for managing grants. We are very excited about having this new system here and hope you will find it as useful as we hope to. So let's just get started. Right off the bat, why are we moving to Grants Online? Grants Online is a fully electronic grant processing system. It was developed by our sister agency here at the Department of Commerce, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. The system will greatly assist us in speeding the processing of our awards, as it has an automatic interface from grants.gov. So when you apply via grants.gov, Grants Online will download your application from grants.gov, pre-populate a lot of data and information for us into the system, a feature we don't have currently under our old processing, and enable us to get right into the heart of processing your application. It will enable both us and you to access your grant files anywhere at any time. It is an internet-based system, which means that you can log in as long as you have a computer and internet access. You can log in and you can see information about your grant, the status of any requests that you have from EDA, if you have a progress report to complete and you forgot to do it before you go on vacation, you can log in from wherever you are and send it through. And finally, the fact that it is a fully electronic system means that we can greatly reduce our dependence on paper files. So from your end, as an organization, the first change that you'll see to EDA's grants process is actually when you receive an award. Applying to EDA remains exactly the same. You would go to grants.gov, download your application package from grants.gov, and submit it to EDA. On EDA's side, then we would review it in the Grants Online system. But from your side as a grantee, the first time that you would see a change from previous practice with EDA is at the moment that you accept an EDA award. And what will happen is that the person who is listed as an authorized representative for your organization on your SF-424 will receive an email from the Grants Online system congratulating you on having received an EDA award and providing general instructions on how to contact Grants Online and access the award. What you should do is call the Grants Online help desk, and we will have contact information for the help desk at the end of this presentation. There's also contact information in the award documents that you receive. You would contact the Grants Online help desk in order to get a username and password. If you've previously received a grant through Grants Online, you would just log in using your existing username and password. But I believe for pretty much everyone here, unless you previously received a grant through our Regional Innovation Strategies program, you would have to call the help desk to get a username and password. The username and password will allow you to log into the Grants Online system and view the terms and conditions of your award. And once you accept an award through Grants Online, then you'll have the ability to add additional users for your organization who could also log in to Grants Online and see your award documents and do work from your end on the grant award. Now, just a side note here, right now the only programs that EDA is implementing in Grants Online at this moment are our headquarters programs, so the Regional Innovation Strategies grants that I previously mentioned, our Trade Assistance for Firms program, our Research and National Technical Assistance program, and in our regional offices, our planning program and our technical assistance program. We are doing a a phased approach to integrating this system across all of our programs. So right now, if you receive a new planning or new technical assistance award from EDA, you can expect that it will be processed in Grants Online. For our other programs, we will continue to process awards as we have previously done. So once you have your username and password from Grants Online, you would navigate to the Grants Online website. I have a link here on this slide. There's also a link later on in this presentation, and there again will be a link in the award email that you receive from the system. You can access Grants Online from any browser. There's no specific system requirements for you to be able to access the system. The only caveat I would offer you about this system is that when you try and log in, if you are unsuccessful more than twice, you really should click on the I forgot my password option and reset your password in the system, because the system will lock you out after 3 unsuccessful attempts to log in. And also, anytime you are in the Grants Online system, you should not use your browser's back button. Grants Online will basically log you out of the system if you use your back button. There are some helpful features in Grants Online to enable you to go back and forth between pages without the back button. These are called breadcrumbs, and we'll talk about those in a bit. So once you've gotten your username and password, you've logged into Grants Online. In order to access your award details, you would first need to click on the tasks option in the system. Tasks is under the inbox tab, and it will display a list of all of the awards that you currently have in the system to view and accept. When you find the award that you would like to see the details for, you would click the View button next to that award, and that will bring you to this page here, which is called the Award File page in Grants Online. And the Award File page at the top will have an action option, and this is a drop-down box with the various actions that you can take on your award. The first action that you're going to want to take is to view the award details. I don't recommend accepting or declining your award until you know what it's for. So you choose View Award Details from the action drop-down and then click Submit. This will bring you to this electronic CD450 page. It's very similar to the CD450 page that you currently get on paper. If you want to see the paper version that you may have come to know and love, like we do here at EDA, you can click the CD450 Report button at the bottom of the page. This will bring up a PDF version of the CD450. On this page, electronically, however, there are a lot of links to the documents that actually form the terms and conditions of your award. So for example, the top link here is a link to the Department of Commerce standard terms and conditions. Down here at the bottom under attachments, your project officer, your grants officer would have attached any additional special award conditions, a copy of your line item budget, and any other attachments that would normally come in a paper form as part of your award. And these, everything with the red arrow here, is something that forms part of the terms and conditions of your award. So then, once you finish reviewing terms and conditions of your award, you would cancel out of that page, and back on the award file page, from the action drop-down menu, you would click Accept Award, and then click Submit. Note that clicking submit and accepting the award is not the final step in accepting your award. The system actually will not consider your award to be accepted until you've designated an administrator for your organization on the next screen. Now, the administrator for your organization has the power to designate additional users for your organization and also has the power to determine what role those additional users can play. So for example, you can designate additional administrators, additional people who can designate other users. You can designate who your principal investigator or project director should be for a particular award. You have the ability to determine whether or not there are individuals in your organization who should be able or allowed to submit financial reports on behalf of your organization, and decide whether or not the individuals who have access to these award documents can submit documents on behalf of your organization, or whether you prefer them to go through an authorized representative first. So there are a number of ways to designate an administrator. The default option, what will happen for the first time you receive an award in Grants Online, is Grants Online will assume that you want your authorized representative to be an administrator for your organization. And so the system will fill in the recipient administrator information with the information for the designated authorized representative who is accepting the award. If this is what you want, if you want that authorized representative to also be able to have the power to designate other users for your organization, you would click Save. And then the system would consider your award accepted at that point. On the other hand, if you don't want the authorized representative to be the person who adds or changes user permissions for people at your organization, at this point you have the option to add or change the recipient administrator and identify somebody else who you would like to have the power to change permissions for people at your organization. And this is a small link underneath the fields. It says add/change recipient administrator. When you click on that link, the system will come up with an option for you to search for an existing user in Grants Online who will perform that role. Chances are, if this is your first award with EDA in Grants Online, you don't have any other people enrolled in Grants Online already. So what you would want to do is click on the link underneath that recipient search function to add a new user. When you click on that link, this form that says Create Recipient User will pop up. You need to complete just the fields on that form that have a red asterisk next to them. No, not every field is required, just the ones with the red asterisk. And when you've created that user, you should click Save at the bottom of the form, and this person's details will then be populated in the recipient administrator information fields, at which point you would click Save and your award would also be considered to be accepted. And that user, the new person that you've added, should receive an email from the Grants Online system for them to get instructions on how to access their username and password. Now, once you've designated an authorized representative, that authorized representative will have the power to manage all the users in their organization. This is most easily accomplished through the Manage Recipient Users option under the Awards tab in Grants Online. So when you log into Grants Online, you would click on the Awards tab and then click on Manage Recipient Users. This will bring you to a page where Grants Online asks you to determine which organization you are going to manage users for. So for example, if you have received permission to be part of more than one organization or authorized user for more than one organization in Grants Online, you could toggle between the two. If you're only associated with a single organization in Grants Online, that will be your only option for who you're managing your users for. You would select your organization, and this will bring you to this large table here with a list of all the current users in Grants Online for your organization. And again, you only have this option if you are a designated recipient administrator. If there's a particular person that you want to change permissions for, you would click the Manage Award Access link next to that person's name. Otherwise, there's also an option for you to add a new user at the bottom of this page if you want to add additional people at your organization. When you click the Manage Award Access link, it will bring you to this Manage Recipient page with that person's name at the top. From this page, you can check or uncheck the box next to the authorized representative permissions to make that person an authorized representative or to take away those permissions. Similarly, you can check or uncheck the box to make this person an administrator or take away those permissions. If the person you are adding is someone that you wish to submit financial reports to EDA, then you would designate them as a business or financial representative. Again, you have the ability to say whether or not you want that person to be able to submit reports directly to EDA by giving them a submitting role, or whether you would prefer that they submit their reports first to an authorized representative for your organization who can then submit those reports on behalf of your organization. That's completely up to you. Also on this page, you will see a list of all of the awards that your organization currently has with EDA, and you can designate that particular person to be a PI or PD for any of the awards that you have with EDA. Please note that if this is just after your initial application, you should only designate a person that you put in your original application as a PI. If you'd like to change your PI or PD after the initial one has been determined, the one that was agreed on in your application, then you are going to have to get permission from EDA prior to designating a change in your PI. When you're done, you would click Save at the bottom of the page, and that person's permissions would be changed. Now, after you've accepted your award in Grants Online, there will no longer be a task for you in your inbox. So remember, when we first logged in, we had a task in our inbox to accept or decline our award. Once you've accepted the award, the task to accept it goes away. So if you need to find your award after that task has gone away, Grants Online does have a search feature. It's under the Awards tab when you log in, and you would click on Search Awards underneath the Awards tab. This will bring you to a simple search dialog. The fastest way to find all of your awards in the system is to simply click Search. You don't actually have to fill out any of the search parameters in the system because the system will automatically limit you to all of the awards that have been given to your organization. If you end up having multiple awards from EDA and you're looking for a particular one, if you put in some parameters in the search boxes, the system will limit you to just the awards that match those parameters. So if you're looking for a particular award number, you can copy and paste that award number into the award number field here, and the results would just limit to that award number that you're searching for. When you found the award that you would like to view, you would just click on the award number next to the award in the search results. This is a sample of what your grants file page will look like when you've selected it from the search. The grants file page in Grants Online is really an entire file for your project. It will contain all of your award documents, any amendments that you receive to your award. It will have links to all of your financial reports, all of your progress reports, etc. So basically anything that you want to accomplish on your award is going to happen from this grants file page. If you would like to initiate some new action or some new request from EDA, that's typically done through the action drop-down box at the top of the page. And we're going to go through in this presentation some specific actions that you'd like to take, specifically submitting progress reports, financial reports, and award action requests. So first, progress reports. In order to submit a progress report in Grants Online, what you would first need to do is find the award that you are going to submit your report for. Grants Online will send out automatic reminders that you have a progress report due, and these are based on the parameters that your project officer sets when we create the award itself, and the parameters should match what are in your special award conditions for your award. What Grants Online will do is when there is a report that is almost due, it will generate a placeholder for that report on the grants file page. So what you need to do is you need to find your award, navigate to the grants file page, and then scroll all the way down to the bottom of the grants file page where there's a progress report section. And you would need to click on the ID number for the progress report period that you're submitting your report for. So in this example, you can see that there are two placeholders for progress reports. The first started October, the period that it is being reported on started October 2014 and ended March 2015. And the second progress report is for the period April 1st, 2015 through September 30th, 2015. Grants Online will show you, once you've submitted your report, that it's been submitted. It'll show you also when EDA has accepted your report, the status will change from submitted to accepted. If the deadline for you to submit your progress report has not yet passed, the status will show as not delinquent. If the deadline has passed, then the status will show as delinquent. What you need to do to submit your report is to click on the ID number of Performance Progress Report. This will bring you to the second box on this page with a link that says go to Performance Progress Report Details page. What you need to do is click on that link, which will bring you to this page here on the right-hand side, the Performance Progress Report page. The only required element for you to submit is an attachment. You can see at the very top there is a very small plus sign where you can add an attachment. If you click the plus sign, an attachment dialog box will pop up, which will allow you to search for your progress report attachment, which should be in Word or PDF on your computer. You can put a description of the attachment in the description box. Please make it unique to your progress report, and click Save at the bottom of the box. One moment, please. Sorry, our apologies. We received reports that some folks are having technical difficulties, and we wanted to make sure that everybody was able to actually see the presentation, but we think that it may only be limited to a few folks. So if you are still having problems, one recommendation would be to log out, log back in. If you've been having problems all the while and you've just been listening along and haven't told us about it, please let us know, because we want to make sure that we fix that. But in the meantime, I'm going to go back to our performance progress reports. You can add as many attachments to the performance progress report page as you like. There's no limitation. So if you have additional photos or newspaper articles or any other things that you would generally submit along with your progress report, you can add those. Again, you will need to put a unique description for each of them so that Grants Online can label it and find it in the system. When you've attached all of the attachments that you would like to submit to EDA, at the bottom there's an option to save and start workflow. Basically, this will enable you to then forward the progress report to EDA. If you just click save, it will keep a record of everything that you attached in the system, but it will not then open up an option for you to forward it to EDA. The clarifying comments on this page are optional. If you have additional information that you would like to submit with your reports, go ahead and add that, and those comments will be transmitted to EDA when you submit your report. Once you click Save and Start Workflow at the bottom, it will bring you back to the main Performance Progress Report page, where the link to the details page will have been replaced by this action drop-down box. At this point, you have the ability to either forward the progress report to EDA by selecting Forward Progress Report to Agency and then Submit, or if this is something that you started, you went out for lunch, you want to come back and add more attachments, you can then click View Progress Report, where you would have the option to add additional attachments or change your comments before coming back and forwarding this report to EDA. If you're doing this as someone who only has permissions to forward reports to an authorized representative so that the authorized representative can submit on behalf of your organization, you would not see this Forward Progress Report Agency option. You would only see an option to forward this to your authorized representative, who would then get a task in his or her inbox to view the progress report and to submit it to EDA. Any comments that you add in the comments box when you submit to EDA will be available, will be seen by your EDA project officer when you click Submit. So financial reports. Financial reports are very similar to progress reports in the system. Grants Online will also generate placeholders for each of your progress reports according to the reporting periods that were determined by EDA in setting up the terms and conditions board. So the first thing that you would do, similar to progress reports, is to search for your award in Grants Online, navigate to the grants file page, and then scroll down to the financial report section and click on the ID of the financial report that you'd like to submit. Similar to progress reports, if your deadline to submit your report has not yet passed, on the status section it will show as not delinquent. If the deadline has passed, it will show as delinquent. And if you've sent it to EDA, it will show as submitted. When you click on the ID of your financial report, it will bring you first to a page with a link to the financial report details page. You'll first want to click on the link to the details page. which will bring you to an electronic version of the SF 425. Unlike a paper SF 425, this electronic SF 425 has a few helpful features. The red arrows point to links that, when you click on them, should download financial information from EDA systems and pre-populate those fields for you. And of course, the system will automatically add and subtract for you, so it will all check your math on your behalf. The red starred fields on the report are the only ones that are required for everyone. If there is a particular field on the report that is not relevant to your award and not red starred, not required, we highly recommend that you leave it blank rather than add a 0. The form does have some internal logic checks in the form, and for some of them, if you enter 0 for every field that's not necessary, you'll violate some of those logic checks. So if it doesn't apply to you, I recommend that you leave it blank rather than add 0. Again, similar to the progress reports, once you're finished completing the form, at the bottom there will be an option to save and start workflow, which will bring you back to the previous page, where the link to the details page will now be replaced by the action drop-down box. And also similar to the progress reports, you will have the option to then submit your financial report to EDA or go back to the details page if you need to make additional changes. And also, similar to progress reports, if you do not have the powers granted to you in the system to submit directly to EDA, instead of seeing this option to forward to the agency, you should see an option to forward it to an authorized representative who can forward it to EDA on your behalf. So finally, award action requests. Award action requests are Grants Online's way of documenting and capturing anything that you would generally need to ask EDA permission for before you accomplish on your award. So generally these are things that are called out as requiring prior approval in the uniform administrative requirements. In Grants Online, because EDA is set to agency review in the ASAP system, meaning we have to take action to release any funds in ASAP before you can see them. In Grants Online, this will also include an ASAP drawdown request option for ASAP recipients. Before you initiate an award action request in Grants Online, we highly recommend that you contact EDA for specific guidance regarding your request. They can help you determine what attachments to add, which specific award action request you're going to want to take for your particular request, etc. And what the award action request allows us to do is it allows us to document when you made your original request, what the parameters were around that request, and it allows us to document our review and approval of the request so that it's part of the official award file. So similar to progress reports and financial reports, the first thing you'll want to do is to navigate to the grants file page in Grants Online. And now, instead of having a placeholder in Grants Online for your request, because we don't know in advance which request you're going to make, what you'll want to do is from the action drop-down box at the top of your grants file page, you want to choose the Create Award Action Request option and then click Submit. This will bring you to the Award Action Request Index page, which contains an entire list of the types of award action requests that you can make using the system. You would look through that list and find the particular request you'd like to make of EDA. For this example, we're going to request that we change our Principal Investigator or Project Director. And you would click on the link for the request that you'd like to make. Once you click on the link, this will bring you to a specific form for the request that you're making. Here on the change in Principal Investigator, Project Director, the information required on the form includes the name of your new Principal Investigator, Project Director, basic contact information, and then a short justification of why you would like to make the change. You'll notice when you first click on the award action request, there's not actually an option to add any attachments to the request. This option will only show up in the system once you've clicked the Save button and saved the award action request to the system. Once you've clicked Save, an attachment dialog box will appear at the top of the award action request where you can add any additional attachments or supporting documentation for your request. So for this example, you might want to attach a resume for your new PI or PD. When you saved your action request, you've saved any attachments that you'd like to add to your award action request. You'll have a Save and Start Workflow option at the bottom of the award action request page. You click Save and Start Workflow, and this would bring you back to the main award action request page where you would have a new action drop-down box where you can then forward your request to EDA. Again, if this is something where you'd like to start, save it and come back to it, you can always go back and change any details on this page before you submit it to EDA by clicking on the View/Edit Award Action Request Details option and then clicking Submit. Also, if you change your mind before you send this to EDA, you do have an option to withdraw the request before you submit it. Now, as I mentioned earlier, for those of you who are in ASAP, and I believe that is the majority of folks in our planning and technical assistance programs, Grants Online will also have an ASAP drawdown request option as an award action request. And what this will do is this will alert EDA that you would like to draw down funds in ASAP. If you are not currently required to submit an SF-270 to your funds through EDA, you will still need to go through this ASAP drawdown request so that our financial folks know to go into ASAP and release your funds. But you would not have to attach an SF-270 to the request. If you're currently required to submit an SF-270 with your reimbursement request, then you should attach your SF-270 to this ASAP drawdown request page. Now, similar to the previous award action request we looked at, when you click on the award action request link, it will bring you to this simple form, which you'd have to complete the request. You would fill out the form, you click Save. At that point, an attachments option will pop up at the top where, if you're required to submit a 270, you can attach your 270 there. And once you have the form completed and any required 270 attached, then you would click the option at the bottom to Save and Start Workflow. And then again, this would bring you back to the main award action request page where you can then forward your request to EDA for review and approval. And again, this is something that would be required for everybody enrolled in ASAP in order to alert our financial office that there is a payment request that you'd like to draw down in ASAP so that they can go into the system and release your funds. So that is it for our presentation today. There are extensive training materials on the Grants Online website. On this particular slide, I think the most helpful document is the quick reference guide for grantees. There will also be a link to this quick reference guide in the email that you are sent from the Grants Online system notifying you of new award. It goes into much greater detail about the different user permissions that are available to you in the system, and also has step-by-step guides on how to do various tasks. There are other Grants Online training materials and information on that third link on the system. This includes process maps to show you how different things, different requests will get processed as they move through Grants Online that some folks might find helpful. And the top link on this page, of course, is our link to the Grants Online website itself. We will be posting a copy of this PowerPoint to our website, and also a recording of this webinar today for future reference. So you'll be able to access it at any time. And of course, if you contact your EDA project officer, they should also be able to provide you with a copy of the PowerPoint and any additional reference materials you might need. The Grants Online system and folks who develop the system at NOAA have a fantastic help desk staff. If at any time you get stuck, if you forget your password, your username, or you need general assistance, we highly recommend that you give them a call. They're open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. They also can be quickly reached via email, and in our experience, they don't usually let more than 24 hours go by without trying to resolve your issue. At this time, I'm going to have my colleague Libby here read any questions that you guys have, and if you have additional questions that were not covered here, please go ahead and type them into the chat box, and we'll try and get them covered.
Thank you very much. We have a couple of questions which hopefully we can answer quickly. One is from Teresa. If we have an EDA planning grant that ended in December, will we have the accessibility online as well, or is this beginning January going forward?
So the system will be used for all new awards. So if your award has closed, you will not be able to access closed awards on Grants Online. But if EDA provides you with a new grant award starting in January, then that new award should be processed through Grants Online.
Okay. Kind of on a similar note, a question, if we aren't due for another 3-year planning grant for another 2 years, does this delay us from using the system?
So the regional office staff have the ability to determine on a case-by-case basis whether or not it would be more expedient to continue any amendments to an existing award using our current process, or whether they would like to close the current award and issue a new award in Grants Online. Unfortunately, we were not able to find a good solution for migrating data and awards from one system to another. So if both you and EDA agree that it would be a good idea to close your existing award and issue a new award using Grants Online, that's certainly feasible. But any amendments to an existing award would be done using the paper process.
Okay. We have 2 questions that are actually quite similar, so hopefully I can put them into one. In order to draw down from ASAP, after your ASAP drawdown requests are approved, do you still need to go back into Grants Online after they're approved?
So from what I understand, for ASAP, you would put in your request in ASAP. You would put in your request into Grants Online to let EDA know that you have a request in ASAP. The request in Grants Online will need to be approved by EDA in order for our finance staff to then know that they can go in and approve the drawdown of funds in ASAP. You should not have to go back into Grants Online once your ASAP funds are approved. You should just be able to download them from ASAP.
Okay. Looks like we may have one more question coming. Just asking for some clarification. So the understanding is that this program is being phased in, only using specific EDA grants. Could you go over once again the groups that are currently using this?
Sure. So we started with our headquarters programs, starting with our Regional Innovation Strategies grants that we first awarded early FY 2015. Then we moved to in headquarters to our Research National Technical Assistance and Trade Adjustment Assistance for Firms programs. And we're currently adding in 2 of our regional office programs, our planning program and our technical assistance program. Public Works and Economic Adjustment Assistance will be at a later phase.
And that's all the questions we have at this time.
All right, well, thank you all very much for joining us. Again, a copy of this PowerPoint presentation will be posted to our website along with a recording of this webinar. And you can always access the Grants Online Help Desk or, of course, call your EDA representative for additional assistance with using this program. We hope you find it as useful as we do, and we look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you very much.